What's up guys, Elliot here at MMT with Ninja, and today we're going to talk about C1, not C2 or C whatever, C1, what is C1? Okay, so on this model here, this is a bit of the skull, all right, where your head would be. C1 is the very first vertebrae here, okay, so very, very high up there. What's it responsible for? It's responsible for the head nod movement, so the joints up there to the occiput. And C1 there, it does this kind of sliding motion like that. So if someone C1 is working, this is what they're doing, yes. C1 on C2, the one underneath there, is swivels. Well, it's not doing this in this model here, but that's meant to swivel, this one on that one. And that's the no movement. Okay, I think I got that right, yeah. Cool, so just want to show you guys like a nice little fun spot. You can treat on your clients or even on yourself if you've got some headaches, jaw pain, even some weird nausea as well. I find it's really good if you've got someone with migraines, all right? And so, okay, how are we gonna find it, all right? It's, on the neck. We're gonna use Ninja as a model here. So let's turn you a bit towards the sun there. Okay, so we've got the bottom of the skull here, which is the occiput. That's where the bone is. And C1 will be just on that level there. And what we're talking about today is not the whole bone, because we've got all this muscle in the way. We're talking about the transverse process, this bit of bone here. Okay, and you can actually find it in this gap right in through here. Okay, so you want to try this on yourselves. So there's a few bones. You've got this here, which is part of your skull. I think it's called the mastoid process. And then you've got this part of your jaw here. Then behind the lobe, there's that gap. So C1, the transverse process, is inside that gap there. And there's a few ways you can approach it. You can approach it from on top like this and push forward into the jawbone, and that can be a bit sensitive. Feel a bit achy there?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you can also push backwards as well, so it's kind of in and back like that. Okay, so we're kind of exploring that gap there. Be very gentle with it to begin with, because it's very, very sensitive. If you're not sure if you're on C1 as well, you can feel it when the person turns their head away. So if you keep your thumb in that gap there, you'll start to feel, you might feel inside the gap something rise up and push into your finger. As you turn towards the other way, it disappears, so that gap gets deeper. Okay, so it's a good way for you to feel it yourself. So yeah, what I like to do with some people is if I'm treating them on supine, on their back, so Ninja, I'll get you laying on your back there. Yeah, let's go, just pop this down. Not so coordinated today.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good.
So if you're doing any sort of treatment on the head and neck and the person's in this position here, this is a good one to add to your little toolkit there. You might be working into their jaw, the masseter, the temporalis, the SCM, sternocleidomastoid. It's a very complex name. Into their scalenes as well. So good one to kind of to add to that list. And so following where we were before, where the earlobe is behind the jawbone, right, just falling into that gap there. And you might even try it on both sides, very lightly, just very lightly kind of getting in there just to have a feel. And that's where that tender spot is there. So I usually ask the clients, like, I'm pushing forwards, how does this feel to the other side? So how's that feel there, Ninj?
Yep, it's fine.
That feels okay there?
Yep.
How about this one? Similar?
Similar, yeah.
Yep.
There's a slight therapeutic sensation, but not too bad.
The intensity is about the same on both?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. It's an interesting sensation.
And if I push in and back like that, that's okay too?
Yep.
And then this one, quite similar too?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So it's not too bad there. Some people, they might have one that's distinctly worse than the other, very, very sensitive. And so that is a nice little hot spot to get into. Now, why do we want to get into those areas is because, well, they've not really touched much, are they? They don't get much attention, and so those nerve endings may over time get sensitized by things like jaw tension, like here clenching our jaw, right? Forward head posture, right? So as we come down here, that's going to crimp down on that space, yeah. Yeah, and any sort of like neck tension as well. So you can see the SCM here, how it comes all the way up here like this. So if that's been contracted quite a lot there, it's going to pull down on the jaw, pull down on the skull as well, and that C1 little space there is going to get crimpled down on. Okay, so a lot of body work is about getting to little nooks and crannies, and this is a nice one to really get into. So even though I'm not touching C1 at the moment on Ninja's left side, I'm just scooping around the back of the jaw, the mandible. Yeah, so feel that for yourself, get into that little gap there, feel the back of your jaw there, so you feel like, oh, it's a bit sensitive through there. Yeah, there's the nerve endings. Okay, so when those nerve endings go a bit more hectic, right, they're firing off a lot more, they're feeding into your nervous system. They're giving nervous system information, right? And that information can sometimes be like threat or danger. So we're clenching, we're sort of getting away from something that could be stressful to us. And so for people with migraines, that's probably another stimulus that's going into their nervous system, right? So when their nervous system reaches a certain threshold, right, they just add more and more shit going in, then it gets into the threshold that triggers the migraine, which is basically a storm that happens in your head, right? It's not just a headache. It's a full storm that happens. You get visual disturbances, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise as well. Most people have to lock themselves in a room for over a day sometimes. And it's not like they're sleeping. They're not sleeping, they're just in a storm. Okay, so a horrible experience to be in. Luckily, I've never had it myself. Have you, Ninj?
No.
Never had a migraine?
No.
Had a lot of hangovers. And they're not pleasant either. But migraines, Jesus. The story, when people tell me about them, that just sounds absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And so if we can find ways to identify noise coming from their nervous system that's just feeding into that, pushing it closer to that threshold, we want to catch those things, turn the volume down, right? So if you've got some migraines or issues with headaches there, it's a really nice, helpful spot to get into. So once you've sort of worked behind the jaw there, you can then get into that gap and then push a little bit backwards. So this one you can go, I'm feeling I'm going about 1 to 2 centimeters deep like that and then pushing back. Okay, so again, just monitor your client, make sure they're breathing comfortably as well. There are arteries there. You won't be pressing directly on the artery, but there are arteries that run up through that C1 bone, right? Your vertebral arteries, I believe they are, vertebral basilar arteries. Anyways, they go up into your head. Okay, so monitor your client, make sure that the blood flow is feeling good. So some people, if you're going a bit too hard on their neck, they can start feeling pressure in one side of their head. They can also start seeing some fuzzy images on one eye, like spots and stuff. We don't want that. We're here to clear stuff up, not clamp it down. How am I traveling there, Ninja?
It's going all right.
Going all right?
Yeah.
Done much of this work on yourself?
On myself, yeah. Whenever I've had work in here, I just know how intense it is, and it's quite sensitive area. But yeah, didn't realise that it was C1 that we could touch the transverse process, the tip of it. So yeah, it's interesting.
So yeah, this is an interesting one. I feel like so I'll just kind of park myself there. If you turn your head to the right a little, stop and then come back and go to the left. Yep, I can feel that bony prominence on both sides. So where my fingertips are right now is actually the width of Ninja's C1 transverse processes.
Whoa.
And so it's quite wide, isn't it?
Pretty wide, man.
Yeah, it's probably like that wide. Right? And if we take away some muscle and tissue that I'm pushing through, it's probably about there maybe. Yeah. Right, so it's the wings of the vertebrae there that we're on. Yeah, so definitely good for people who've experienced a lot of that forward head posture. So you're probably doing a lot of work with these clients when you're working in the occiput here. The very high attachment of splenius and occipitalis, I'm thinking. Yeah, so combine it with those treatments as well. There's always a lot of shit that kind of builds up along where the border of this bone is, right? And people are just carrying it all the time, right? So it's one that, I like to go for low-hanging fruit, right? So if you've got a desk worker or someone that works in those kind of postures a lot, you're going to find a lot of that stuff there. And instead of them popping the Nurofen all the time, you can just get in there and clear this right up. You know, so if you've done a good effective treatment in these areas, quite often the report is that they feel much lighter. Okay, so that means there's less noise going into that nervous system. Right, how nice is that? So a good one to explore. If you've got someone you're working on their neck or their jaw, get them on their back like this. Take your time. Take a minute to really take in the anatomy, your landmarks. Your jaw, the ear, into that space. And just going real gentle with that pressure there, and getting feedback from your client there, just making sure that you're working together with them to uncover that shit. Yeah. So nice quick one for you guys today. Give it a go. Do it on some of your clients. Give it a go on yourself as well. Make sure you get all that stuff out from the nooks and crannies. Get that low-hanging fruit. Yeah, go get it done.
Done.